Hi, today I'm going to be running through a quick tutorial of how to remesh and reproject a figure in Zbrush. The reason for doing this I'll explain as we go along. Okay, so as we can see here we have a fairly ordinary figure, a guard. Now this figure is remeshed, dynameshed. Very poor quality, no topology at all, loads of triangles. If I just flip back there a little bit, you can see quite clearly there. It's a big mess. It's not going to deform. You're not going to be able to deform it properly. What I'm going to do is, the first step I'm going to do is to duplicate this mesh. This gives me a model to restructure. Right, I'm going to hide the original version. We have a duplicated version which I'm going to remesh using the standard geometry remesh button. Right, now as you can see immediately, it's much better. We have lines that loops that roughly follow the borders, etc. Not too bad. What I'm going to do is half, and you can see I've done that twice. Let's just pop back here to the original remesh. I've done a half remesh and a second half remesh to get us down to a fairly respectable 14,000 polygons. As you can see here, we have edge loops that follow quite nicely the geometry and are going to allow for reasonable deformations at the lower levels. But it doesn't look much like our man. So let's turn off that meshing, the frame, and we can see what it looks like. And we can see the original. What I have to do now is make sure both meshes are visible, and I've selected the one I want to redo, and I'm going to subdivide him. Control D, you can see we go to 57,000 polygons. Now what I can use now is the project function, which if I'm going to actually move myself out of the way a little bit here, so just wait a moment. I'm going to take my remesh. Apparently I'm not. Go to cow here, unlock that, and I'm going to drag myself up out of the way here. Well, so you can see what buttons I'm pressing correctly. Right, back to here again, and we'll continue. So we have, we get to the point where we have 57,000 polygons. And I'm going to bring up the project menu down here, and we can see that by clicking project all, with both meshes visible, there we go. We have a mesh that actually starts to look a bit like it. It's still pretty rough. We'll subdivide again, Control D, project all again, and it brings the mesh which, by hiding both and then flipping back and forwards, we can see the change. Look almost exactly the same, but not quite. I'll do one more subdivision to 915, project all, and I can't tell the difference at this point. So this has given us a mesh which is identical visually to the original, but has no problems with the meshing. As you can see, I'm going to be able to do things with this. The main advantage being I can hop into our geometry, go down the levels, and we'll be able to see what's going on. So I'll delete the old version, go down to our geometry, go lower res, lower res, lower res, and look at that. We have a lovely low res mesh, which is going to be animatable. Which if I mask part of it off and blur it, I can easily bend it, and there we go. And you'll notice it's nice and clean. I can flip back to the higher resolutions. All the details being retained. We haven't got any weird distortions. It's actually remarkably easy to animate. And this is giving you the kind of mesh you'll be able to animate. One major point when remeshing, by the way, and projecting, make sure you have symmetry turned off. Otherwise, you're in a world of hurt. Everything's going to be a mess. That's caught me out numerous times. Okay, hopefully that's some use to some people, and thank you very much.